Welcome back to Monza and the fourth round of the World Superbike Championship 2012. My name is Michael Hill. This is Superbike News TV here on the grid ahead of the first race this weekend. I'm glad to say that the clouds have blown over and we're just back on the fifth row of the grid next to the number 87 rider, the Italian Lorenzo Zanetti, racing at home. And he was just talking a second ago to the legend that is Troy Bayliss. We've spoken to Troy already this weekend. The crowd erupts behind us as Max Biaggi comes to the grid, and I'm going to see whether or not I can just squeeze away around the back of Lorenzo and have a word with him if we can. Hey, ciao Lorenzo, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Okay, and looking forward to the race?
This is my home race, but it's difficult. Ducati on the street not is fast, very fast. But I try and do my best.
Okay, and praying for rain maybe for the second race.
Yeah, now I stay concentration for the first, and then I.
Okay, and I've been practicing my Italian. I think I say this correctly. Il bocca al lupo.
Crepi.
It's correct. Perfect. Good luck.
Thank you.
Lorenzo Zanetti there on the Pata Aprilia. I promised Lorenzo back in Imola that we would practice that. So we move across now to the rider that has featured in various championships through his career, including MotoGP and Moto2. This is Nicolo Canepa, and he's in discussions with the technician. So I'm not sure we're going to get him. Maxime Berger is alongside Hiro Ayama. Okay, Let's move forward then on the grid. So we move across. Chaz Davies has just arrived on the grid, so we'll see whether we can get him in a second. We'll move forward and see if we can get a word with Leon Haslam. We spoke to him in the garage after Superpole, but Leon, well, we said about if it was dry that you're going to get those legs flapping down into turn one, but it is dry. You're going to be looking forward to this one.
Yeah, you know, there's a few little wet patches. It's going to make it quite difficult to pass, but you know. Hopefully we can get a good start, and we've got 18 laps to do it.
And I say, you've just been out there on the sighting lap coming up to the grid. Definitely slick tyres, there's no other option for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure it's slicks. Yeah, like I say, we've just got to miss some damp patches.
Okay, have a good one there. Leon Haslam, the number 91 rider. Let's move forward on the grid and speak to Leon Camion. It's good to see that both of these Suzukis making it into the top three rows. So I just try and... Sorry, man, I'm trying to steal your umbrella goal there. Looking forward to this one, mate?
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to be a pretty hard one. No one's had a great deal of time in the dry around here, and yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult race. It's still quite patchy out, and they're just on the sighting lap. It's difficult to tell if it's wet or it's just shadows or what it is through the trees, so it's pretty difficult. And where everyone was crashing in the Superstock race for Ascari, still pretty damp there, and so if you're slightly offline, make a little mistake, it's very easy to go down. So yeah, we'll see. It's going to be hard. Also, the clouds look like they're coming in again, and so I hear if it rains, they're going to stop the race. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. They've declared it dry, so no choice but slicks, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's on slicks, and just what combinations. We're not sure on tyre life either, because we haven't really done many laps on the tyre, so we'll see. All
right, we'll let you have a good one there. That's Leon Camion, the former British Superbike champion. Let's move forward then, if we can. That's Michel Fabrizio on BMW fast all weekend. 4 BMWs in the top 5 throughout free practice. Caught out a little bit with the weather. Let's have a word, if we can, with Eugene Laverty. He's qualified the Aprilia in 10th position and comes to Monza for Aprilia's home race on the back of taking his first podium for the manufacturer Aprilia at Assen. So, Eugene, we haven't had a chance to talk to you this weekend. Won't obviously talk about that podium coming here this weekend. First of all, are you okay after the tip-off? I hadn't even realised that you'd gone down in practice yesterday, but you're okay, the bike's fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. I got away very lightly this time. The rear just came around when the rain started to come down, and we get caught out, and yeah, we struggled in the Superpole because then the bike was bent and we didn't realise that, so to get 10th in the end was a good result all considered.
Okay, and you've always gone typically well here, so that's got to be in the back of your mind that a good result, even from 10th on the grid, has got to be good, especially with the speed of the bike and your liking of the circuit.
It's dry, so that bodes well for us. We've been strong here in the dry all weekend, and yeah, I've won the last 3 races here. Would love to make it another one, but there's a few other guys wanting to do the same.
All right, have a good one there. Eugene Laverty then on the Aprilia, and let's move across. This is John Hopkins. We spoke to John yesterday, and he also had a tip-off, but looking very focused is the hopper. We won't disturb that. Let's move forward then onto the second row of the grid. See if we can get a word with Johnny Ray, and Johnny Ray just talking there with Aaron Slight on the grid, and obviously former Castrol Honda rider Aaron Slight, and obviously Johnny Ray. Never been on the podium here in Monza, but it will be great to see him continue the form. And again, very very busy times with Johnny, as again the Max Biaggi fan club go berserk behind us. Right, let's move across actually and see if we can get a word with Max. As always in Italy, the grid is absolutely packed with journalists and photographers and cameras, and it is a bit of a scrum as we try to get through and see whether we can maybe get a word with Max. He's talking to the technicians. We're not going to get a chance to do that. He's as I need to get wiped out by another photographer. I think the bully girl's laughing at me there. You were laughing at my accident there. I nearly had a big disaster on the grid. So Jakob, looking forward to this one. Weather conditions maybe not ideal for the Ducati, but still confident of having a good ride on the Effenberg machine.
Yeah, it's not ideal for Ducati, but we are doing quite well on the dry, quite well on the wet. And I think wet or dry is still better than the condition we had during the weekend. I mean the mixed one, because here everybody knows we've got some problem with the rear rain tire. But yeah, I'm looking forward. We are better than we expected on the grid, and we've got good pace on the dry. I would say I'm fastest Ducati in the dry, so I'm looking forward.
Excellent, have a good one there. Jakob Schmutz, the likeable Czech rider. Davide Giuliano just alongside him. Let's go on to the front row then of the grid. So pole position. I think we're going to go around the... in fact, let's do this fourth to first. So Carlos Checa comes here to Monza, second in the championship after a problem with the tyre choice, and I want to see whether we can maybe get a word with Carlos, just see if we can get his attention, and let me see if I can go around the other side and speak with Carlos, if he will speak to us, and team manager also in there as well. Carlos, you okay for a quick word? Carlos is completely focused. We're not going to disturb Carlos. He is absolutely focused. Let's move across again. It is like being in a rugby scrum on the grid here today. Marco Melandri, girlfriend Manuela just holding the umbrella. Marco, is that what Marco is? I thought Marco was changing his boots or something. But let's try and get around and have a word if we can with the grinner Tom Sykes and. Tom, I don't think I'm built for this. It's like being in a rugby scrum trying to find you. But you're at the front row of the grid where you've been all year. Not quite 4 in a row, mate, but just shy of 211 miles an hour on the Kawasaki yesterday. You've got to be feeling confident for this one.
Yeah, fairly confident. You know, it wasn't to be for another pole position. I got beaten to it by the guy. So you know, it's great to see Sylvain at the front. You know, mixed bag yesterday. There was some Ducatis on the front row. So. Hopefully they can help out with me today. Let's see, we've got good speed with the ZX-10R. Today's going to be a little bit of a calculation day, and like I said, I'm looking forward to have a consistent weather at one race, hopefully next weekend at my home round, but we'll do the best we can today and try and bring home a bag full of points again.
And just finally, I know you were just preparing a few minutes ago, but tyre life, a lot of the riders we're talking to, obviously they've declared this race a dry race, so they're not going to stop it unless obviously the heavens open. Are you confident that you've got a tyre that can last the distance? Because a few of the other boys are not so sure.
No, I'm fairly confident. We struggled in free practice 1. We made some changes. You know, the team did a great job, and I think we definitely found something. So. We'll see in about 45 minutes.
No worries, we'll let you go. The 5-minute klaxon goes, and I do want to see if we can get a word with Sylvain Guintoli. I'm not sure whether we will. There's again a big scrum in and around him, and let's see if I can just maybe cut in and get a word with Sylvain. You okay? Very quickly, Sylvain. Sylvain, you got your first win in Assen, and you've now got your first pole position. So, are you confident now that it is dry, that you can turn that into a podium result here?
Yeah, for sure the drag condition for us is not ideal on that track, but you know, it's a great position to start from, and I'm going to try to hang in there and keep some slipstreams going on, so we'll see.
Okay, and the game plan obviously for lap 1 is just to get through that first turn sort of safely, I guess.
Yeah, well, as usual, you know, game plan is no plan because it never goes to plan anyway. So.
Excellent. Well, great to see you at the sharp end. Have a good one there, Sylvain Guintoli. So that is it. That's our grid walk here at Monza for the race, and we have pretty much done the entire grid. So this is 18 laps ahead of the guys for the opening race here at Monza for the 4th round of the World Superbike Championship. Tom Sykes lines up second. He's the top Brit, but it's Sylvain Guintoli, the rider that took his first victory in Assen 2 weeks ago. They will be starting this one from pole position.